Welcome to the Path to Victory Fantasy Football Podcast. We don't have a sponsor yet. This is our first official episode of PTV.
ETV. I like that. Okay. All right. Pathway to Victory. This is our own brand here. We've moved away from Bubby. We wish him the best, but we're gonna blaze our own path.
Yeah, new season, new title. We're ready to go. So we're just gonna go through the draft. This is our draft review episode. We'll just go through the picks, give our thoughts, dip in on some team rosters, and tell the story of our drafts and kick off this season. I'm excited. How many days until the season starts?
About 20, I think.
I got some complaints that we were drafting too early, but I don't think we were. We usually draft around August 20th, and a couple people couldn't do the 23rd, so we just bumped it up to the 16th instead of, getting in the real heart of draft season on the 30th, which there's only a 4-day buffer that we drafted early. That's not too bad.
I don't think it's bad. I mean, take it that they only do 3 preseason games now, not 4. So technically, we would be doing the second week of preseason. That we always do. This is the second week. This would be technically the second week. So it makes sense. And for real, now these starters don't even play preseason ball anymore. You just have to watch out for injuries happening just in practice.
That was the complaint I got. What if some? Actually, it sounded like, what if someone gets injured? I was like, shut up.
Just like the year, remember Jordy Nelson? People drafted Jordy, and then he got hurt immediately the day after our draft. Like, the fuck is that? So it's like you can't control it.
DeMoss brought that up to me because he was one of the complainers, and he said I got stuck with Jordy Nelson one year, but I had to remind him he was trying to draft from a minor league baseball game, so he had bad Wi-Fi, and Nelson got hurt earlier in that day, and he got kicked off his phone's Wi-Fi. And remember, Jordy Nelson kept like just hanging out there, and you knew someone was going to get stuck with him, and it was
right
him.
just out there, and he fell right in team.
Here's my argument: like, fantasy sports should mirror reality sports, and these teams have to deal with injuries too. And shit happens. If shit happens in reality, it's going to affect the fantasy realm. And I mean, you just got to dodge that's your pathway to victory, is dodging these landmines every year.
Correct. Sometimes you need just less, like Slade last year, who hit a run, and all the players he had at the time struck gold right then and there. The last end of the season, December, for him, that got him his victory. It's just what it is. I got burned last year because I tried to ride the Ray Wright, not Sidney Rice train, so I thought he was going to be something.
He
was nothing. Rashi, did I say Sidney Rice is from the Minnesota Vikings receiver. So that's the thing about it. We've been doing this for how long now? 18 years?
Yeah, this is
18 years means
league.
We memorized a lot of players' names, and these names were getting a blur. These lines were blurring.
We have like sons of players from our original draft year, basically, now.
That is true. Joe Horn's son playing out here.
Yeah. Fantasy Hall of Famer Joe Horn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the best team doesn't always win. Sometimes it's just the luckiest or the most healthy, or you just fumble into, a hot waiver claim at the right time, or there's all kinds of ways to win.
The year with Michael Vick, that was it. The year with Michael Vick was you got Michael Vick, you won.
You mentioned Slade's championship run. Hats off to him, defending champ this year. So last year, I remember he drafted Kyren Williams, and he had another top, Chase Brown. Those were the core of his team right there. I had a new draft strategy in mind this year because the past few years I've been drafting wide receivers in the first round, and running backs are back. We saw that in the draft this year. Did you have a new draft strategy this year? Mine was just to have an open mind because I felt like I got in a bad habit of deeming guys undraftable. So then I was just ruling guys out and then watching them have good years while I settled for lesser players every year.
My draft strategy this year was more because last year I took chances. I took a lot of chances last year. I had Benson as the backup to was the Cardinals
James Conner
running back. James Conner. I thought I was being smart. Like, okay, James Conner get hurt. Like, I bet it's cool. And they both get hurt within like 2 weeks of each other.
All their wheels fell off.
All the wheels fell off. Bucky Irvins was hurt. I mean, I had a bad time. So running back was a situation where I'm like, I want to sure running back up this year. Um, I don't feel I did at all. The running backs are coming off the board really fast this year. Because I just the running backs are coming off the board this year, and I figured that maybe I could take a late round flyer wide receivers because that's what I did last year with Washington and stuff like that. I was able to fall into like decent fantasy wide receivers late. So I usually do fine with that.
I heard a stat that there was only like 17,000-yard receivers last year, and that's with the extra game even.
Hmm. Yeah. But I would argue that quarterback play, like, wasn't as good as it been in past years. Quarterbacks are using their legs a lot more. They're not just launching. It is the days of Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, and Tom Brady throwing 5,000 yards with Phillip Rivers, another 5,000 yard quarterback. Like those are not there anymore. These guys are getting like early 4,000. So there's a lot of money on the table. This year I went with the surefire picks. We'll go to more picks. My picks when we talk about draft here. People I drafted, but these are guys I felt should do well. Like I should get a good return on investment on these guys. I shouldn't be scrounging. And I'm saying this, no games played. So we'll see if anybody gets hurt and then I have to figure it out later. But hey.
Yeah, that's easy to say in August. Yeah, with the quarterbacks being so bunched up, it's just teams have gotten more conservative, coaches have gotten more scared, and defenses have gotten better at covering all these receivers. It's not just letting them run all over the field anymore. And I'm sure there were some rule changes by the NFL too that has played some hands into that. So yeah, speaking of running backs flying off the board, 6 of the first 7 picks were running backs, and then 7 of the first 10. Jahmyr Gibbs went to DeMoss, number 1. Bijan went to Jordan at number 2. No surprises there. And then you were kind of surprised at number 3, where Heater took Jonathan Taylor. You thought he was going to take Jamar Chase.
So I have it on. Look, me and Billy are literally texting right during the draft, and I'm like, man, I wonder if he's going to get Jamar Chase or Puka, or which one he's going to get. And I'm like, I feel like he'll get JT. I literally text him that. And then literally a minute after that, he drafts Jonathan Taylor. I was like, holy shit.
I told you Heater is a wild card. He took Andrew Luck number 1 year. Jonathan Taylor's a good pick here. I got no issues with it whatsoever. So you get Jamar Chase, but you had wanted to go running back. The same thing happened to me. So I'll tie this in a second. Jones takes Christian McCaffrey. Punishers takes James Cook. Then here's the first pick of the draft. I got a question. It's Freeman at number 7, Devon Achane. The Dolphins are projected to be a hot mess. I do like Devon Achane. I know his name's Achane. It's Achane. That's what he came into the league with. That's what it's being called. Do you have, who would you have taken him here? Or would you have taken Amon-Ra, Henry, or Puka, who were the following 3 picks?
I would argue that maybe Amon-Ra probably be the better pick. But the questionable pick for me is McCaffrey at 5. So look, McCaffrey sacrificed the entire team last year to stay healthy. Every Niner player got hurt except him last year. Okay. I don't know if he can survive another season fully healthy. I would have probably avoided him.
You got to be all in if you're going to take him.
Well, he's on 30 now. He has to be 30.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in the league for a while.
Yeah.
So he's definitely destined to be injured, not wishing upon anybody, but his history says that. So that was questionable. Achane, we see the value in Achane because he's your McCaffrey of the South. You know what I mean? Lots of catches, like ball hog. He's just the offense is gonna go right through him because they have no choice to.
That's
what I'm
true.
scared is he's gonna get dinged up. McCaffrey again of the South. Last year he stayed healthy, so he was paid major dividends. And I remember the year before that you had him, and he made great dividends for you. Am I right?
No, he was doing great, and then Tua got his brain scrambled, and I don't even remember the quarterback that came in, and then Achane just went in the tank for about 5 weeks, and I traded him during that time, and then Tua came back, and then he did what he was supposed to do. And I'm trading less, by the way, from now. I'm not trade-a-thon
Whoa,
anymore. You
whoa,
heard it
not
here
trade-a-thon.
first.
Here to hear first, off the press. But yeah, Amon Ra at 8, Derrick Henry at 9. That's interesting. You think Derrick Henry is just he's never had injuries. He's just been a tank.
Yeah, it's super safe. Like, I get it. I don't know if I would have taken him there unless, I was hell bent on taking a running back. He probably is the best one left at that point. He is getting old though, but new offense in Baltimore too. So, but he's
Yeah.
not going to catch any passes.
Next up, Puka. Now, what'd you say about Puka? What'd you say about him?
He's got bad vibes. He's got bad vibes. Fun guy to watch play, but just like bad vibes.
I mean, he's a little dinged up now, but apparently he'll be ready. There should be no problems there. Hampton makes me. I think he's kind of a questionable pick because I don't trust the coordinator. And it's not the
Oh,
coordinator not to use him, but the committee. He's going to do running back by committee.
with Vidal and Keaton Mitchell. So this pick is heavily tied to my pick, which is the following pick at number 12. I took Jackson Smith and Jigba. So I went into the draft. This is like my draft story here. I went in the draft. I was going to take Kenny Walker at 12 and Chase Brown at 17. And I was 99.9% certain I could make that happen. And I could have made that happen. But I'm watching this draft, and Smith and Jigba is, I wouldn't say he's in free fall, but he's definitely taken a tumble. Like, I'm surprised A Chain went ahead of him. I'm surprised Derrick Henry went ahead of him. And I'm surprised Amari and Hampton went ahead of him. So I'm watching Smith and Jigba fall, and I was like, I do like me some Smith and Jigba, and there's a chance he's going to be here for me. And it got to Will, and I kind of said a little prayer to the fantasy gods. I was like, please, Will, take Jackson Smith and Jigba so I can stick to my plan. Just please take them. And then I saw Hampton pop up, and I clicked Smith and Jigba as fast as I could so I couldn't get cold feet. He had 10 touchdowns last year, 1,793 yards on 119 catches. The offense is going to go through him. I'm happy to take him. I could have got Walker and Brown. CD Lamb went next. So there was a little run here of three wide receivers and 4 picks. And then Spawn took Saquon Barkley with the last pick in the first round. And then when there was second pick in the first pick in the second round, he took Justin Jefferson. This is 2 like fantasy Hall of Famers here, kind of long in the tooth.
They're 2 fantasy Hall of Famers, but they're at very different parts of their career. Saquon Barkley, he shouldn't be a first round draft pick. I'm sorry. That he shouldn't be.
There's a lot of questions with these 2.
You should have drafted. I felt he should have maybe got Kenneth Walker or Genty, Chase Brown there. Like, you let Saquon go down. Like, this offense of the Philadelphia Eagles, Saquon isn't going to be bell cow. Bell cow Saquon ain't there no more. His first round draft pick running backs are bell cows, and there's like 5 or 6 of them, right? Am I right? So if you're going to draft first round draft pick on a running back, he has to be the guy that has the ball. He has all the time. Saquon's going to be that guy. They're going to do committee, and it's going to be a new offense without AJ Brown. So it's really interesting to see how that works. Justin Jefferson is an all-star pick to me. I just think that him with Kyle Murray as his quarterback, like, Kyle Murray is going to flourish with the Vikings because if Sam Darnold,
Flourish.
yes, I said it because if Sam Darnold could do it, Kyle Murray could do it.
Who drafted Kyler Murray again?
Who drafted Kyle Murray? We'll see, but Justin Jefferson, this guy, he had a really bad quarterback last year. You guys heard me last year talking about it. It was bad times forever for Jettis. So this year, dude, throw the ball. You know the rule. Just throw his direction. He's going to catch it.
So would you question Barkley like this if he had gone Jefferson then Barkley, or that doesn't matter?
Yes,
that's just semantics.
Still, yes. No, Saquon to me is a late second, third round pick to me.
Okay, I don't agree. I'm fine with him taking him there, but there's a lot of questions there with both of them. Jefferson scraped by 1,000 yards last year. He only had 2 touchdowns.
On garbage. He
But
had trash cans thrown in the ball at him.
yeah, he has to be better. I agree. He's not scoring less than 7 touchdowns this year. Uh, Slade goes to George Pickens, monster year last year with
But
1,429
but
receiving
but
yards and 9
what?
touchdowns.
But
So
you
he
but
paired
what?
Pickens and Lamb together.
But what? They both can't catch the ball at the same time.
Did Brindle forever change our league's fantasy strategy when he won with all the Lions that one year?
Look. All right. Brindle did this with Gibbs. He had Awesome Ross, so he had number 1 running back, number 1 wide receiver, and then he had J-Mo.
And he had Goff.
He had Goff, who threw the ball. That makes sense. That's fine. Which is double up for him.
He had Laporta. He had Goff, Gibbs, J-Mo, Amon-Ra, and Laporta.
And Sam Laporta is like Ringo Starr of the Beatles. No one, he can walk by people. No one knows who he is. You know what I mean? And J-Mo would pop off some weeks and then disappear others. So
he's got the Lamb Pickens combo for the New Day co-op. I did get my Kenny Walker pick here at 17. Real quick though, I forgot I had Kenny Walker on my team last year. I had to listen to our last episode real quick to find out who had the Hall of Famer pick. And while I was doing that, I heard myself review my Kenny Walker pick last year, and I was not happy with him. I called him a running back 3, but he's in a new home with Kansas City. Andy Reid has to get this running back situation fixed. It's been a long time now. Do you think it's
been a very
past
long
the
time.
point of fixing?
No, I don't think it's past the point of fixing. Isn't like we're not there. It's definitely interesting. They should have it a bit more hemmed up because they got the old offensive coordinator back. What's his
Yeah,
name again?
Bieniemy.
My man. Yeah, his wife got shot. It's
Some
crazy.
baby mama drama though.
Yeah, his wife got shot. It's crazy by a son. His son shot her. It's crazy.
Don't have kids.
Jeez. No kids with guns. But Bieniemy, like he should Bieniemy is a running back coach by nature, so their team should be better at running the ball, but they've been so bad at running the ball since they got rid of him.
It's been since original Kareem Hunt since they had like a darling fantasy running back.
Yeah. So, and that was when Bieniemy was on the team, which is crazy. After that, we had Ashton Genty at 18 to Smash Hawk, second season. So let's see if he's going to avoid the sophomore slump and get it going. Then he had Jeremiah Love. So Jeremiah Love's an interesting pick because is he overhyped? Is the hype too much?
I don't
is it
like
too
it.
much hype?
I don't like rookies. There's way too much hype. Bad situation for him with Brissett's throwing the ball. Behind it, you got Minshew. I mean, they're probably going to get Carson Beck some reps this year. Then he's got Algier. James Conner might be hanging around. That's not even to mention this high ankle sprain.
Right. High ankle sprain. And they're already trying to dub him the next Adrian Peterson. Have you seen that? They're like, oh, we've seen somebody run like that before. Oh, this guy. And it's like, dude, stop. So we'll see how it goes.
The next pick was Chase Brown, and that's who I would have taken ahead of Jeremiah Love.
Chase Brown, Mr. Consistency for the Bengals there. He started off pretty soft last year, but then came on strong late.
And he's got no competition. I mean, do they even have a second and third running back in Cincinnati?
They probably do. It's just a creative player. Then surprising pick. P. Ryan. It is a creative player. Josh Allen pick out of nowhere.
First QB off the board to Brandon.
He's the first QB a whole round ahead. Like there's no other QB for a whole nother round.
He definitely went into this draft saying, I'm taking Josh Allen.
Like that's such an astounding stat. Like there's not another quarterback drafted for a whole other round when he drafted him. So that's a choice.
Usually when you see the first person of a position that starts like a little, even if it's a mini run,
starts a little run.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Brandon, did he have another pick before that? He did. Yeah. He probably could have got him at 36, 15 picks later.
maybe it'd been a little tighter, but you'd probably got him.
Hey, though, reach
But
though for your guys. If you want them, totally reach. Like I,
if you reach, that's fine. But remember, ESPN is going to punish you for it. ESPN will say your draft sucks because you reached. You shouldn't have done that. Brees Hall's next to dead money. Freeman locks up Bill Cowell for the New York Jets.
he got 2 loser running backs. So I'm talking about like losing teams, the Dolphins and the Jets. Like it can't get much worse for like team success. So those teams would be playing from behind a lot, and it could affect these running backs.
The Jets have a better opportunity than the Dolphins, surprisingly. Their offense, they got Geno Smith coming off and meh campaign
I
with the
don't
Raiders,
know.
but he was pretty good in Seattle. So, welcome back Cotter in New York for him. And he has a lot of weapons with Garrett. Um, again, Brees Hall. They have the new rookie tight end, Sadiq. He's a little short, but he's really fast as a tight end. Josh Jacobs, Mr. I'm in trouble. How many games he's going to be suspended for?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think if he were going to be suspended, that's not true. I was gonna say it would have happened by now, but this seems like one of those things that's just going to probably affect him even next season and not this one. Like they'll just play the we're gathering facts uh game and then let him
We're
play the
trying to wait him out,
season.
see if he retires.
Like just like Brady with Deflategate.
He's dealing with a groin injury right now, so something to pay attention to. That this might be a nagging injury for him, but he is the bell cow in Green Bay. The offense goes through him. It's him. Kraft coming off of ACL. We'll talk about that later.
13
Um,
touchdowns last year for Jacobs.
Drake London.
I don't buy the hype on him.
Yeah, stock down, stock way down. There's no Kirk Cuzzo there for him to throw the ball to him. Tua played like dog water in preseason game 1. Um,
He's busted.
and then the back of the Penix is still hurt. So it's another sad
And
time for
wildly
Mr. Drake.
unproven.
Yeah. That drafted Brock Bowers after that. How you feel about that?
Yeah, if you want a tight end here, it was either him or McBride. So you had your choice between one of the two. McBride went one pick later after Scattaboo to Heater, which gave Heater Scattaboo and Jonathan Taylor. Why'd you take Bowers ahead of McBride? Just you trust Kirk?
Yeah, that's what it came down to. Like Trey McBride, the GOAT, okay? He's the GOAT, okay? Mr. Super consistency tight end. He's your guaranteed 15, 20 points. Okay? And I understand that. Brock Bowers, potential of 25 to 30.
Brock Bowers could be a one-man show where McBride has to deal with Marvin Harrison, Michael Wilson, the 3 running backs we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, where Oakland is just him and the running back and a bunch of other like Raider wide receivers trying to make a name for themselves.
It's just me and you running around.
Pinning Bengay on our arms between plays. Cam Scattaboo at 26, though, between the 2 picks we were talking about. To Sweetness 43. I just I hope the light doesn't dim too fast on him because I'm not sure if I'm impressed. Like he had lightning in a bottle last year and he got hurt. So I don't know if this is going to continue for him because it's feeling Peyton Hillis.
He was fun to watch last year, but I also feel like he could kill a hooker. Like I don't. This is a risky pick here, coming off that knee injury, and the Giants signed Najee Harris today, and Tyrone Tracy, who I do like, is still there.
Yes, yeah. Tracy is he should be the bell cow. Like I said, he would have the job if he didn't get hurt. He would still have the job.
Final pick of the second round, Javonte Williams to DeMoss. I ate shit on him last year, so I'm not going to talk bad about him this year. He had 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns last year. Great season. And then the next pick was also DeMoss. He took Chris Olave, who he might get 200 targets now that Jordan Tyson's out.
Maybe. I mean, let's if that quarterback, their rookie, their second year quarterback doesn't take a sophomore slump. Um, Still not totally sold on the Saints quarterback situation, so we'll see how that goes for him. Olave did well. I know the Saints right today. They were saying they were working out wide receivers. Chase, he used to be a Pittsburgh Steeler and a Bear.
Oh,
Chase,
Chase Claypool.
there you go. Chase
He
Claypool and some other
stinks.
guy. Yeah, he
They
does.
just missed a boat on Keenan Allen. He signed with the
Keenan
Colts
ain't
this
going to.
morning. I
Yeah, he ain't
picked
going.
him up.
You did. Keenan Allen won't go no Saints, man. He wants to go to a contender. Okay, Keenan's
Eh,
trying to like he wants to go to a contender.
that's a good point.
AJ Brown after. So to to Jordan there, I I'm a bit surprised. I would have drafted AJ over Chris Olave, personally speaking.
I texted Jordan this. I texted Dave is his brother. I said, Dave did you a favor. He said, why is that? And I said, I would rather have AJ Brown over Olave. And he said, I would rather have Olave. And I was like, well, you're both wrong then.
Because I mean, you like he's throwing Drake May throwing him the ball. So I mean, Drake May has to do better with a true number one now. Stephon Diggs was pseudo number one. Like he's like 2A. You know what I mean? You're like this guy AJ Brown's a clear number one when he's engaged, when he wants to
He's
play.
Mossian. AJ Brown is Mossian. And like he's played for Mike Vrabel before. He knows he can't get away with the shit he did under Nick
Yes,
Sirianni with
absolutely.
Mike Vrabel.
I didn't even think about that. That's so true. He's like, I have to shake my shit up because he sent me before, he'll send me again.
Round 3 was 10 wide receivers and 4 running backs.
Yep. Nico Collins to Sweetness 34. Nico's looking for a bounce back season. I had Nico last year. I mean, he had 1,000 yards last year, but it was a very hard, excruciating 1,000 yards to get. He needed
Yeah.
all of those games to get it. So it wasn't pretty. After that, Kyron Williams. I drafted Kyron Williams, Mr. Consistency.
Great
You know
pick.
what I mean?
I'm a big Kyron Williams guy. He's disrespected every year. The fact that he fell to 3rd round, 32, like we saw Scattaboo drafted before him. We
Yeah,
saw
Scatterby?
Brees
Like,
Hall
what?
drafted before him. Jeremiah
What?
Love, Genty. Yeah. Great pick.
Kyron Williams is just. Do you understand? In these games, he is always that guy. Last year, he's been very consistent, fantasy wise. I just don't understand why people in the last 3 years he's had over 1,000 yards rushing. He's not that old. He's not that old at all. He
They
gets
paid him
300,
too.
damn near 200. He gets like 200, 250 carries a game. You know what I mean? He has double digit touchdowns every season.
Winning team.
Winning team. If they get ahead, they're gonna like start running the ball. That feeds him. So yeah, I was very happy with that pick. I couldn't ask for anything better.
So after Kyron Williams, there's a slew of wide receivers, and then the next 3 running backs. We'll get to the receivers in a second, but to show how much I think you nailed it with this Kyron Williams pick is the next 3 running backs after that are Quinshon Judkins, who plays for the Browns, Travis Etienne, who, injury prone, new team with the Saints, and then Bucky Irving, who you're a Bucks guy. You know all the questions surrounding him this year.
True. I just it's very interesting because even if you go 2 more picks after that, so like from pick 40 to 44, that's 5 picks. There's 4 running backs being drafted, and I only trust 2 of those 4 for real. I trust because Tootin is number 44 later on to New Day, and I trust him a little bit because he's young. So he's young and he's a little scat back, and I trust Bucky. Travis Etienne, I felt the Jaguars got rid of him because they saw something. So I'm concerned about that. And Judkins, that Browns offense with Watson leading it bothers me. So
Yeah. I don't really have a good reason for why I took Judkins ahead of ATN, Bucky, Tootin, Jadarian Price, or DeAndre Swift.
I mean, I understand like Judkins is your clear of those 4 I named.
Well,
He's
basically,
actually
I
a clear
like the way he runs the football. Like,
right.
I like a
He's a clear bell
dude.
cow. I'm not hating on it. Right. He's a dude. He's a Genty of the East. I get it. Like he's just a big dude, bowling ball to destroy people. But going back at our wide receiver row at pick 33, um, Ted McMillan, okay. I mean, all right. He's a number one on a suspect offense. Okay. Devontae Smith, now clear number one from to the Tampa Bay Punishers, number one wide receiver on a now kind of suspect offense. Can he handle the number one spot? He's never had it by himself. And when he did, there's a reason why they brought AJ Brown in.
I
They
think
weren't
the
happy with
best
it.
wide receiver pick out of this whole round, where there were 10 backs selected, is the guy in the middle, Zay Flowers, to Mile
Really?
High Salute. Yeah, that's the guy I would have wanted out of this whole smorgasbord of third round receivers here. Like Buka has questions too with this toe thing.
Yeah, he has turf toe, and if he tries to fight it out, he's going to be a pain in the butt all year. Um, Garrett Wilson is interesting because Garrett Wilson is trying to bounce back. He recently got paid. He's trying to prove that he is somebody still, so he might be worth the damn.
I
Um,
agree. Like rumors of his death are premature. I don't think he's as bad as other people say he is.
but I feel you on the Zay Flowers because Zay Flowers has been a 1,000-yard wide receiver quite a bit of times now. Um, he's he has undeniable talent. Um, so
No
he's had back to back
competition.
seasons of 1,000, and he has his competition there. The only problem about Zay Flowers for me is it's always boom and bust because either he's never had over 5 touchdowns in the season.
He scored a touchdown in week 1 last year and didn't score another one until week 15.
Christ. And I get it. When Baltimore gives in the red zone, it's all running time.
4 of his 5 touchdowns came in the last 4 weeks of the season.
So I mean, if you had Zay Flowers last year at the end, you're loving life because he was helping you definitely wherever you were doing. But
Yeah, he popped off
it's
in
tough.
the fantasy postseason.
And he's never had over 85 catches ever in his career. So it shows you he stretches the field, and usually it's a West Coast offense. He's wide open. He stretches the field, these huge chunk plays. He'll give you a good 20 points fantasy wise, but he's not filling a stat sheet out for you. He's just not.
So
Malik Neighbors, bounce back season. Lionheart taking a long shot with this one.
yeah, I would have rather had Wilson over him.
I mean, you got to trust that he's going to try to bounce back this year. Malik Neighbors with Jackson Dart, concussion Dart here, throwing the ball to him. Let's see how it works for him.
So fast forward to the top pick in the 4th round here, because we already did the surrounding running backs. Jalen Waddle, he went to Spawn. Do you think he does better than Cortland Sutton this year? Is the Broncos number 1? Which this affects you because you took Bo Nix.
Yes, I think they'll do about the same. I think he's going to help Sutton in the sense that you can't double Sutton. So
Mhm.
either Sutton's going to either Sutton's going to do better because he's not being doubled, or Sutton's going to it's going to show up into more of a clear number 2 because Sutton's a big guy, so he'll be a red zone threat. Where Waddle's going to be just a monster of just catching a bunch of passes, short passes like he did in Miami. He's starting his career. His rookie season, he had like 100-some catches. Remember that?
Yeah, I took him the next year very early, and it did not work
And then
out well.
he was never the same from that. He had just, but that was before that A-Chain too. So A-Chain took that role from him.
Yeah, he's been around a while now. Let me
He has
see
been
how
around for a
long,
while.
what season this is. Yeah, because if he could reach free agency, that's a while. Yes, this will be his 6th season.
Wow. Then you got we said Tudenard at 44. Roma Duje, that's you. You drafted him. Pound Town.
Yeah, so here's my truth. I get here to the 4th round. I already have my number 1 receiver and my 2 running backs. And I saw Brandon take Josh Allen. So it's in the back of my mind like quarterbacks are in play now. This is 24 picks after Josh Allen went. So I look at my guy Jaden Daniels, and I kind of even put my finger up to the button, and I was just like, "Don't do it. You need a wide receiver too here." And I took Rome Odunze. I love Jaden Daniels. I'm so in on the Commanders. I'm never gonna have it as good as I did as Jaden Daniels' rookie season when I got him in like the 9th round with no expectations. I'm never gonna be able to recreate that. So I took a Dunze, and Lamar Jackson went 3 picks later to reignite the quarterback run here. Brindle texted me, I thought you were going to take Lamar Jackson. I took Lamar last year in the 2nd round. I took him in all 4 of my leagues. I'm still a big Lamar guy, but it didn't
You need a
work.
break. You need a break, yeah.
Yeah. But good for Brindle for taking
Um,
him there as the 2nd
yeah,
quarterback.
it's true. Wait a minute, Lamar's second quarterback?
Yeah,
Off
after
the board,
Josh
yeah.
Allen.
Yeah, that's true. Then number 49, Tyler Warren. So that's the third tight end taken. Do you think that's a little too high?
No, that's fine. Like if you saw, like, I understand putting tight end on a pedestal. I really do. Like I was all in on Kelsey during his peak. Um, you just have such an advantage over other team. But if you miss, but you're getting a 2nd year like stud here.
Okay.
Yeah, this pick's fine.
Like you compared him to Kelsey. I'm like, that's different,
Well, I'm
man.
just saying I
Kelsey is like it's
understand.
like your Gronkowski. Like you just these guys are like,
He could be
they're
a
kind of
Gronkowski though.
we'll see. We'll see.
We
You
will
know,
see.
that
That's what basically what I'm saying. Like if you're gonna do it, you
Indy's
do it with
offense needs to
him.
prove a lot, especially with like brother man coming back off a Achilles. So we'll see
Mm-hmm.
how it goes for him. Then surprisingly, Devonte Adams at number 50 came off the board, man.
Freeman was drafting using a 2018 strategy guide.
Because I
He
was
took
like
Brees
Devonte Adams.
Hall. He took Devonte Adams. Who else did he take here? He took um, John Elway. Nah, just kidding. But yeah, I mean he scored 14 touchdowns last year. He only had 700 yards. Like that's not. I'll be shocked if he has that many touchdowns again. And if he only has 700 yards, you took a real dud here.
Right. Yeah, with especially with people like Lab McConkey and stuff on the board, that's tough. Um, then 51, yeah, Drake may come off the board. Tampa Bay Punishers there.
So I was texting with multiple people during the draft. He texted me. He said, "I'm hoping I didn't overvalue Drake May." So this is in the back of his head if he possibly overdrafted him. I don't think he did. They got AJ Brown. He had 31 touchdowns last year, 43,394 passing yards. He's not terrible, running the football. He had 450 rushing yards last year, 5 touchdowns. He could add to that touchdown total running the ball.
He was like the number 2 quarterback last year.
Yeah, he was up there.
Yeah, he was like top 3. I remember for a long time because I had him in one league, and also I kept seeing like you have like one of the best quarterbacks. I'm like, what? I don't understand how, but I do.
So the next pick was Joe Burrow, and I wonder if Jones would have taken May had he still been there. But so I'm watching the thing. I know you took Jamar Chase. I knew you wanted Joe Burrow. I had told you I've been trying to get this Chase Burrow combo for years. I see Jones take Joe Burrow, and I said, that makes sense. I know Jones loves Joe Burrow. And then I saw your name on the screen, and I was like, Nick just got douched. And you texted me, fuck.
I literally screamed that. Like I'm in my living room. I'm in my living room doing this draft, and my wife and my daughter's there watching TV. And as soon as I'm like, "Fuck me!" I say it loud as hell, and they look at me like, "What the hell?" And my 3-year-old daughter repeats it. I'm like, "No, don't say that." You know what I mean? I'm like, "Don't just." And I'm like, I need a second. I get up and just walk away. I get up, I'm like, I need a second. I'm just livid. Because I'm like, dude, I'm right there. I'm like, the time's ticking down. I'm like, oh, it's like a minute left. I'm like, all right, man, just pick somebody, dude. Let me get Joe Burrow. I can have the Joe Burrow, the Jamar Chase dream. And it's like,
Let me
hey
ask
man,
you this. How many picks did you lock in on them? Because you kind of like lock in on guys. I didn't get sniped too bad in this draft, but there are snipes like the one you had that it just ruins your pick then. Like you're just like, I'll skip my pick, whatever.
that pick messed up my not this pick the coming up, but it messed up my next two picks. My next two picks, I was like, I don't even know what I want to do. And I don't
Yeah.
even I don't know what I want to do right now. And literally that's why like I drafted the way I drafted, like the next like two picks. I was like, I whatever, man. Just give
If
me a
your
player.
season goes sideways, you can point to this pick.
Because like my mentals was messed up, like everything I was trying to do, and I was like, nah. Because I was like, I got a good tandem right here, and if my season goes bad, I can be like, all right, I can blame Burrow and Chase. I can just do that because I did it, but now I have nothing to blame now. So, so I ended up drafting David Montgomery. David Montgomery surprised me because he was still sitting there, like he's the clear bell cow in Houston.
On a
Surprisingly,
team that
on a
likes to
team that
run.
likes to run the ball. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I get it. Dave Montgomery has been passed around quite a bit. A Chicago Bear, a Lion. So like, there's not a lot of trust in it. But based the word from camp, Dave Montgomery is like, I plan on like catching the ball more this year. I shot. He wants to show people that he's not as bad as people think he is.
He's also a veteran on a young team, so I think I get the feeling that he could be kind of like Pete Alonso on the Orioles this year. Not that he's Pete Alonso, but I get the feeling he could go into Houston and be like, "Put it on my shoulders. Just give me the football." Like Joe Mixon's dead. I don't even. He didn't. Who? He's just vanished.
I think he did retire. Joe Mixon like literally sat. Was he on your IR all season? He was on somebody's team
No,
IR all
yeah,
season. He just sat there
I
like
think it was
he's never coming
Jordan.
off. He was just taking up real estate. Um,
They were playing Nick Chubb last year. The ghost of Nick Chubb.
man, poor went out for Nick Chubb. He did get drafted this year. Um, Sam Laporta, man, ghost, absolute ghost. He's not as good as his first rookie season.
This is why I didn't have a problem with the Warren pick earlier, because Laporta is what he is at this point, I think, which is not bad, but like if you want to have a awesome tight end on your team, it ain't Saint Laporta, who only had 489. He only played 9 games last year. I didn't realize that, but he only had 489 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns.
But his rookie season, man, he like just
Hall of Fame
120.
trajectory.
Yeah, 86 catches, 120 targets. I'm like, it's like my man's cooking, and now he got cooked. So it's mm, that's tough. Then you after that, Lab McConkey, like I said before, and T Higgins, who is pretty much playing for another team. He's playing for the Bengals, but this season is a tryout for another team. The Bengals cannot afford to keep T Higgins and Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow all at the same price that they're paying. You cannot do this. So they have to do that. T Higgins have to show what he could do, so another team could pick up his contract for him.
So Dave went back-to-back receiver here. He went Higgins and McLaurin. McLaurin has to be better than he was last year.
I don't
He
know.
does have competition now, though, with
The fix
Diggs.
is in. If he doesn't do good this year, the fix is in. Like he's not what he used to be. He's not good. It's tough.
Yeah, I think he's 31 now.
Trayvon Henderson, really interesting because Trayvon Henderson's drafted here at 58, and at the end of the round, Ramondre Stevenson's drafted at 70. And word from the Patriot camp is that they plan on running these people 50-50.
I'll believe that when I see it.
So I'm pretty sure they'll ride the hot hand, but they want to go 50-50.
Like knowing Vrabel, like Ramondre is a Vrabel running back. Like you like a poor man's Derrick Henry. You know what I mean? A really poor man's Derrick Henry.
Really
but back to McLaurin and Higgins real quick. Dave has a very strong receivers room. It's Higgins, Olave, and McLaurin. And then he's got Debo on the bench, and then the rookie Stribling also, which there's some question marks there, but Stribling has upside. And Debo, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see him have like 700 yards and 5 touchdowns this year and be a nice fill-in flex.
Yeah, I can see that. Then at 59, yeah, Jaden Daniels. Sweetness 34 drafted him. Yeah, he's not cleared yet. Am I right about that?
As far as I know, he's good. He's not playing preseason though, but as far as I've heard, like he looks great in what's that called? Joint practices, and you know, yeah, I didn't think he would fall to me, and he didn't. He went 8 picks before I could have got my hands on him.
And then 60, I drafted Marvin Harrison Jr. So this is the second time I've drafted him, and I'm banking that this is a contract year for him. So he has to play well now if he wants to get that extension this year, next year. I mean, so I'm banking on it.
I'm not a fan just based on his like catch percentage versus targets. Like it was like
Hmm.
50% last year, or
Yeah,
it's projected 50% this year. So I guess the whatever algorithm ESPN puts in here feels the same way. But yeah, he's been quite a disappointment since being drafted by the
bad
Cardinals.
times,
But
bad times.
that could also be a Cardinals issue, not a Harrison issue. Colston Loveland tight end. Like I would have rather had Loveland over Laporta.
Yeah, it, I don't know. That's a really interesting pick because I mean he had like 2 games he really popped off last year, and then beyond that it hasn't been a whole lot.
There's a lot of hype. Oh, Kyle Pitts Sr. I mean, good luck. Like 90% of his points came last year in that one game.
Yes, yeah, and that's what makes him very suspect as at tight end. I mean, unless we have to just when you have and it was a little short little run on tight ends this round for real altogether because after that you had Kyle Pitts Sr. Eh, eh, I don't know. Kyle Pitts Sr. Do you trust him? I don't.
I don't. I no. I've never had him, thankfully, that I can remember.
I mean, Kyle
Yeah,
Pitts can't play. He can't play Tampa Bay every week. You know what I mean?
yeah, his numbers are like fool's gold last year.
It's like he played Tampa twice and has like damn near 400 yards receiving from Tampa and like 5 touchdowns.
Jalen Hurts went to dead money. Um, it's funny.
D-
I knew I was like 4 or 5 picks away, and I wouldn't have taken Michael Pittman, but I saw him there at the top, and I was like, "What about Pittman?" Brandon took him, and I was like, well, "What about Jamison Williams?" Brindle took him, and like I didn't get sniped, but it was funny that I was just starting to go through like the interview process, and then both those guys were gone right away, and then DJ Moore went to Will. He's new in Buffalo this year. Um, like that's exciting for him. He could really have a big year there. So I wanted to take a tight end. This is me at number 68. And Harold Fannin went at 66. So I go to tight end and it's just a wasteland. Like all the guys are gone. McBride, Bowers, Laporta, all the guys we mentioned. And I was like, I'm not reaching for tight end. I'll do that later. So I took Luther Burden. And because I missed Daniels, I was gonna punt on quarterback, like super punt. Do you know who my 2 quarterbacks were that I had in my mind here were Daniel Jones and Malik Willis. I was like, well, I'll just get this like garbage tandem of like running upside, and that'll be my quarterbacks if I can't pull one out of my ass. Uh, so I take Luther Burden, and then right away Dak goes to New Day Co-op, who is a Cowboys fan, and now I'm realizing I have a Dunze and Burden. And I was like, that's fine. I was like, I didn't plan on taking 2 Bears receivers, but I did. In my opinion, they were the 2 best available at the time. And I was like, let's go all in on the Bears. And I look, and the only everyone has taken quarterbacks before me except for Rob. And I knew if Caleb slipped past him, I could get him. He went with Trevor Lawrence. Who would you rather have, Trevor Lawrence or Caleb Williams there? And then Herbert went directly after Williams. So I guess between that trio.
we have to go back to Luther Burden pick. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if I would drafted him.
Ooh,
Not
a lot of
like
hype this year.
yes, the hype isn't real because he has shown me nothing to deserve it. It's like Matthew Golden in Green Bay. Why is this, why the hype exist? I've seen nothing that deserves this. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, he
You
only had
know,
652 receiving yards last year.
where I think maybe
But
Cortland Sutton might have been a better pick. Maybe
I've never
you
liked
know what I mean?
Sutton.
Even like maybe even I don't know. But or even there, I'd have pulled trigger on a quarterback. Uh, Trevor Lawrence would probably been the pick, maybe
Well, he
there.
never got to
Um,
me, so.
well, he would have got there for the Luther pick
Oh,
if you're
okay.
there
I
for
see what you're
Luther
saying.
Burden.
Well, no, because at
But
this point in my mind, I was going to super punt on quarterback.
right, but then you end up getting Caleb anyway, which you know Justin Herbert's there. You know what I mean? So it's like
He's empty
Caleb.
calories to me. Justin
Yeah,
Herbert is the
he's
Kyle Pitts of quarterbacks.
Kyle Pitts of quarterbacks. But some them Kyle Pitts of quarterbacks falls. That's how LA Chargers. The LA Chargers does that. They did. Philip Rivers was the same way. Empty calories, no wins, but a whole bunch of throwing yards.
I
Um,
guess I could have taken Stafford.
yeah, Stafford was available.
You could have taken Stafford, though. You took Bo Nix at 81, Stafford went at 83. Why'd you take Nix over Stafford?
So literally, it was. I had my finger on Stafford, and I was like, well, maybe. And I'm like, but then I have Kyron, so he isn't throwing the ball to Kyron like that.
Right.
So I was like, I'm not doubling up with Kyron really. And then I was thinking that Bo Nix could run. He knows how to run the ball himself. He could run. So there's some a little bit extra points I could get with Bo Nix. And he's like, I don't know. He's your poor man Josh Allen of the West. So I'll give him a shot with this. So
Let's see. I like
yeah,
your optimism there.
yeah, I have to be optimistic because trust and believe my whole draft strategy, like I said before, got blown up. So I didn't know what to go, and I was like, and then I immediately had buyer's remorse. I drafted him, and I was like, oh god, I should have waited because Baker Mayfield's still available, and I could probably win another round and got Baker later,
Oh,
and I'd have been
Baker went
fine.
super late.
Right, I could have got Baker later, and I'd been totally fine with it, and I could have still stacked up my roster with like valuable like skill positions and stuff like that. So wasting a pick with Bo Nick.
Mike Evans went directly after Bo Nix. How do you feel? You're Mr. Mike Evans. Your team name was Stairway to Evans forever. How do you feel about him being a 49er, and did you consider drafting him here?
I absolutely did not. I absolutely did not plan on drafting him. He was undraftable to me. Um,
Ooh, he's dead to you.
I just feel that he's bit long in the tooth, and Mike Evans flourishes in a what's the word I'm looking for? Target. He like heavy on targets. He's not gonna get that in San Fran. He probably get like maybe 5, 6 passes thrown his way a game. That's how their offense works with Shanahan. A lot of running the ball, just other mouths to feed. Maybe not so early because a lot of people are kind of injured right now, surprisingly. But people get healthy again. It's gonna be harder to get. And Mike Evans one of these guys. He's a volume catcher. He needs catches to get him going. So, I wish him the best. Other than when he plays Tampa, and we'll see how it goes.
You got anything else that round?
Yeah. Kenny Gainwell got drafted very last pick of that round. Interesting, interesting pick. He's getting paid a lot to be a backup running back. That's what's head scratcher with him and Bucky. Because if he was paid cheap, then I'd be like Bucky's the clear bell cow, and Kenny's just there to like back him up. But because Kenny's being paid like well, it sounds like there will be more of a committee situation.
Yeah, that's a odd situation as well. He was pretty good for the Steelers last year. I was surprised. So we're gonna speed round these picks now. So round 7, the first thing I see is 3 quarterbacks off the board: Purdy to DeMoss, Mahomes to Jordan, Dart to Heater. Heater has the most explosive quarterback room between Jaden Daniels and Jackson Dart. Like this could either be just a weekly headache of trying to pick the guy you think who has the best matchup. They could both like die on the field. They could like who there's just so many options for this Dart Daniels situation here. I was interested in Dart though until I remembered Matt Nagy is the new Giants offensive coordinator. That was kind of icky for me. And then
Hmm.
he went in the tent again. But the only other pick I really see in this round is Rico Dowdle to dead money. Rashard White to stealing the wins. He's going to catch some passes. Are you worried about Blake Corum at all eating into Kyron Williams? He went number 95 to Smash Hawk.
I don't believe so. I would ask you, are you concerned about Rashard White? Like, is he going to eat into Jacoby, your boy JCM? I'm not going to say his whole name there because
Yeah, Bill.
he's there to pay money. You know, he got paid
No,
pretty good
he
money
only
to be
got a
there.
1 year, 1 million.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he
Well,
gonna get
shit.
nothing. Which I
He got
am
drafted.
excited about that signing, but I'm not worried about him eating into Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. But I don't know what to expect from Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt either. The reports are all good, but I mean, I don't know. He's my RB3, like my flex spot. I don't know. Then Michael Wilson went. Christian Watson, interesting here, and Matthew Golden went back to back to the same team. Spawn took them both. What do you think of this Packer duo?
I've never seen that. I didn't see that one coming. Oh, I did
A lot
not.
of duo receivers in our leagues this year.
Wow. I do not trust Matthew Golden at all. Hell, does Harvey trust Christian Watson? So I mean, did he draft Jordan Love too? I mean, I don't know. That's I can't quarter with that.
Let
Brian
me
Thomas
look.
though at pick 100.
Yeah, I don't like Thomas. Just the Jags have so many guys: Jacoby Myers, Parker Washington. Who knows what the
He could
if
bounce back
Hunter is
this
going to get
year.
on the
He could
field.
bounce back or possibly get traded.
If he's traded, like, let me know where he goes. But I mean, it's not like 8th round is a bad spot for him. I took Wandell Robinson immediately after him. Would I have taken Thomas? I don't know. I took Wandell as like Burden insurance because Burden has some kind of groin injury.
That's true. Then a couple of people: Quinn Johnson, Mark Andrews, that guy.
Yeah,
Um,
he's done.
Kyle Magagi. He got
He's hurt.
injured. He got injured. Like literally right after our draft, he got injured. That was tough.
Brindle has
So
2 injured guys now. He's Monongany and Alex Pierce, who is apparently really bad off. And they just paid him. The Colts did. And those are 2 like big injuries. These aren't like, you know, be ready for week 1 injuries.
let's see.
I don't really see anyone else here being excited about it. I guess Godwin could be a steal at 109. That's to you.
Yeah, Godwin there. Stephon Diggs at 110. He's supposed to be the clear number 1 now.
I almost took Diggs when I took Wandell, but I was certain Diggs would be back for me when we came back around because he was so far down the page, and Heater went digging and got him. Good for him.
Yeah. Okay.
Round 9, Debo still lives. Jordan Tyson is out for 2 months now. I mean, he might not
Tough.
even play this year. Kelsey, that could be a steal in round 9, but I mean,
Could be,
I
but
think
it
he's
could be just
washed.
yeah. It's like, dude, you're married. Spend time with your wife.
Yeah, go home.
Jordan Mason though, that running back from Minnesota. He might be okay. I mean, Aaron Jones is there, and Aaron Jones,
I'd probably rather have
he's
Mason
been
than Jones, but I don't like either of them.
right. But I mean, it's at the time when I made that pick, the running back room was really scarce.
Right.
All
The
the
next
good
running
running
back
backs are gone.
taken was Jonathan Brooks of the Panthers, who has not played in 2 years, and that was by
Right.
me. I almost took him when I took Krosky Merritt earlier. The reports on Chuba are bad. I do like Chuba. I like the way he runs, but apparently this Brooks guy, like the Panthers really liked him 2 years ago. I mean, we'll see. He had 2 major knee injuries here, and then there were 2 tight
Yeah.
ends here. Tucker Kraft, who's said he's going to be on a snap count for like the first 6 weeks of the season, but he's a very good tight end. And then Kenyon Sadiq is a rookie with the Jets who Spawn took. Round 10, I took Hawkinson at 129. Isaiah Likely went after him at 130. Brindle took Pacheco at 132. I guess maybe he's thinking if Gibbs gets hurt, Pacheco could have some value. I don't think Pacheco's very good. I thought he was in the past. He goes in that Andy Reid running back crap we talked earlier. I really like the Chris Rodriguez pick here by Hine. I think he should have went a lot higher.
Really? So I can't get anything good on him. Like, what's the deal with him?
He's just a pounder, and apparently he played for the Jags coach in college. They paid him. They gave him 2 years, $10 million. Like Tootin's wildly unproven. Yeah, I think this is a good pick. I think that's the steal of this round. Potentially. Charbonnet's interesting because he can stash him on IR, but I mean, that could be a mix-in situation too, you know?
Yeah, I see that. I see that.
Round 11, Algier could be a steal. Now, that's to you because it's Love injury.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. I hope that they do more of committee. I'll be okay with like how when he was a Falcon and like the running back of the Falcons now. I forgot his name.
Yeah,
But like
Bijan.
they were kind of like going alternating, a little pseudo thunder lightning. Malik Lemon at 145, rookie from USC, shows the talent with the ball. We'll see how that works for him. Surprised he picked like Mike Washington Jr. got drafted.
Who is that? Oh, the running
He
back.
they're back for the Raiders. Like
Does he have Genty? Because
unless
that would explain that.
uh I can't tell if he does.
I think he does.
That's still
He does.
you're wishing dirt. You're throwing dirt on this man.
No, that's a handcuff. Classic handcuff.
And then New Day Co-op completes the cycle by going ahead and getting Jordan Love there.
So he has Dak and Jordan Love.
Yep.
What round are we in? I lost my place.
We're about to enter
Okay. 12. Kamara at 154, final pick of the 11th round. Do you think he has anything left in the tank?
No, he does not.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Casey Concepcion to Smash Hawk. That's an upside pick potentially.
Yeah.
If Watson can throw the ball. Brian Robinson Jr. Did Freeman think he was taking Bijan because they beat Robinson Atlanta? Was he like, oh, Bijan fell 161 picks?
I'm gonna have a little more respect for him to do some of that, but that's bad. I don't think.
Do you think he thinks he could trade him? Like, if you just send B Robinson Atlanta in a trade to somebody, they'll just be like, hell yeah.
If we didn't play fantasy football as long as we did, as enough as we did, we probably would fall for that. But
as a guy who had to watch Brian Robinson for the Commanders, let me just tell you, he fucking sucks. Like, I was so excited about this guy. He is Trent Richardson-itis, just boom into the line. No idea where the holes are.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. That's definitely not gonna work.
McMuffin went to Hine and the Punishers. I don't see anything else in this round we're talking about. Maybe Stribling, but that's a total dart.
Yeah. Trey Tucker, Rashid Shaheed, and Jawan Johnson are all very suspect picks in round 13. There's no way I could trust these people. There's no way.
Heater was very excited about Trey Tucker.
Even Trey Tucker, right? Come on.
He let me see what he texted me because I was like, he said, "Y'all crazy for leaving Tucker that long," and I didn't know how to respond to that because I was like, good luck with your Trey Tucker pick. I didn't even know he was there. 696 yards, I guess, 5 touchdowns in round whatever 15. I guess that's not nothing. I don't know if it's text worthy. A lot of kickers. Tyrone Tracy, but Najee might kind of eat into that value. Shaheed's like a special teams guy. Um, Denzel Boston, another rookie Cleveland receiver, went to Spawn. Kicker. Oh, Tank Dell was very interesting to me. The reports are good. He's playing. He's full activity. I have very low hopes for him. What do you think about Tank Dell? Like, I liked him more than Nico Collins a few years ago. He's like a touchdown machine. He might be nothing. He might be the first guy I cut, but he could also be a flex guy if Houston gets their offense figured out and he's can bounce back. He had a major knee injury.
Fantastic flyer pick. Your 14th round, Tank Dell. And if you're talking about, you probably won't keep him that long, but by week 6 or like week 8, he starts popping. He's back into form because that injury he had that couple years ago was really bad.
He was balling
So,
before that. He's fun to watch play. Like
right.
I was all in on Tank Dell. I was sad to see him get hurt. Did he catch that ball he got hurt on? It was
Yep.
yeah,
In
it
the end
was an
zone.
amazing
Caught it.
catch. Here goes Baker
Oh,
at 187. That could be the steal
yeah.
of the draft.
Yeah. Amazing value. If he's playing for a contract this year. So what goes for him? Let's see how it goes for him. Jalen Coker, again, great value for a guy who seems to pop off. I remember Freeman was heavy on him, and it didn't really pay off too much for him. But Ray Davis, man, I don't. Why is this guy always around?
I don't think he has James Cook either, because that's the only reason to take Ray Davis. I mean, I guess you are just blindly picking here. Like I took Gunnar Helm earlier, who I've since dropped, but he does not have James Cook. Oh, Brandon went 0 running back. He didn't have a running back for like 6 rounds almost, because he went Allen, Amon-Ra, Zay Flowers, Ty Warren, and then his running backs are RJ Harvey and Jalen Warren.
That is a real choice.
Yeah, then Ray Davis. Stroud to Jones. I mean, we'll see if he can bounce back. I wouldn't bet on it. Adonai Mitchell, I've heard good things about him this preseason. I saw you since cut him. Round 15, Jadon Blue. I've been hearing they plan on using him more this year. Shador got drafted. That's fun, but I mean, he might have wasted his last 2 picks in Ray Davis and Shador.
True.
Lionheart took Bryce Young. Sam Darnold is Mr. Irrelevant to Spawn. That's a good Mr. Irrelevant. Like, especially like, why did Bryce Young and Shador go ahead of Sam Darnold?
Which is crazy because Sam Darnold was like a top 10 fantasy quarterback last year. At times, he was top 5.
That's it for the draft. We have some draft grades provided by ESPN, and then we asked the AI what they thought of everybody's teams. So I guess this is how we'll finish. We'll just go through the grades and what the AI says, and then you'll induct a Hall of Famer.
Sounds good.
So first up is Will Smashhawk. ESPN gave him a B. It says his strength is Omarion Hampton and Ashti Gente. This is an incredibly elite running back duo, both carrying massive projective workloads and high fantasy ceilings. Says about Egbuka and DJ Moore, reliable targets that provide a steady baseline floor for your scoring. Egbuka, though, could be a question mark with the foot. Any issues with the AIs?
No, really. They really vague, really broad. It's okay.
Yeah, these aren't the best analysis here, but they are kind of fun, and it can contradict or back up what we've said. You know, we need a third party in here to give us their thoughts. Next up is Lionheart. It says Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry provide a massive floor. If Baltimore dominates on the ground, he'll benefit from that. Injury checks. Alex Pierce is out, and Malik Neighbors is coming off the injury. So he could have some serious injury woes at receiver.
Yeah, that's true.
Next up is Heater. We already went on Jaden Daniels and Jackson Dart as his duo. It says his core is Jonathan Taylor and Nico Collins, provides highly reliable, explosive foundational points. I agree with that.
That's true.
Scatterboo is plugged in as a high volume option. I'm not sold on that though, especially with the AI doesn't know Najee signed, which could be nothing.
That's true.
Slade doesn't really say too much here. Tootin could be strong ground game, complements Travis Etienne. Dak, CeeDee Lamb, and George Pickens. If Cowboys pop off, they'll be the reason why. That'll help his team.
Yeah, that's true.
It says elite backfield for Tampa Bay Punishers. James Cook and Josh Jacobs provide exceptionally steady production, and they are backed up by Chuba Hubbard in the flex spot. This team is one of the most reliable ground games in the league.
Oh, no, man. Chuba Hubbard is not helping this case.
Yeah, there's questions with him this year, unlike the previous 2 years. Freeman, Jalen Hurts provides incredible weekly floor and ceiling due to his dominant rushing volume near the goal line. Hopefully somebody figures out how to stop that stupid tush push.
I don't think it's ever going away.
Premium backfield, Devon Achane and Breece Hall form a devastating running back duo. Both possess home run speed and high volume target share out of the backfield. High floor receivers, Rashee Rice and Devontae Adams are locked in as clear primary targets. I feel like Freeman is the Jailblazers. Remember them, the old Portland? There's a lot of talent here, but a lot of question marks,
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I just want to see that draft strategy in person.
ESPN gave him an A. They said he had the best draft. They also gave DeMoss an A. Purdy has a reliable floor and upside. Jahmyr Gibbs is a top-tier explosive talent who commands high projection numbers. Pairing him with Javonte Williams gives you a solid mix of volume and big play potential. Wide receivers Higgins and Olave form an incredibly safe and potent duo. You added McLaurin and Jake Ferguson too.
You need to worry about who's throwing them the ball. I mean, that's the question.
That's true. Shuck has a lot to prove, and Daniels is forever an injury risk. Brandon, he got a D. He was down there with me for the worst grade. Josh Allen and Amon-Ra St. Brown give this team an incredibly high weekly ceiling capable of carrying an entire matchup. Weak running back corps. This is the weakest link on their roster. Jones, grade C. Premium anchors in Burrow, McCaffrey. Young breakout superstars in Drake London, McMillan, Colston Loveland, Tajay Spears, and Carnell Tate. That's true. High upside ceilings. Roster will be explosive.
Yeah, but that running back room is sad. So I don't
know. Jordan got a C. Bijan and McBride are high volume elite focal points of their offensive. McConkey and Amon-Ra offer very safe target-rich floors. Spawn got a B. Yeah. With premium star power and Barkley and Jefferson. We touched on that earlier. Two elite foundational pieces capable of winning any matchup single-handedly.
True. But I mean, they could single-handedly lose that matchup for you too.
His vulnerability is a weak tight end option. Kenyon Sadiq is a major weak spot on this roster.
Yeah. That's just because he's never played a down.
Yeah.
An official down, really. So
you got to see, it says, Bo Nix is set up for a major year 3 step forward under Sean Payton. I don't know, though. Are you concerned about that ankle at all? I would be.
I'll be concerned because it's just, I don't know, man. Long term, this will not work out.
Yeah, that was a bad injury. Montgomery and Williams offer an excellent mix of goal line utility, high volume upside. J.K. Dobbins gives you immense explosive potential if he remains efficient. Jamar Chase is an elite tier 1 weapon. Pairing him with the AI really likes Marvin Harrison. Brock Bowers gives you a rare positional advantage at tight end.
that J.K. Dobbins, if that if is doing a lot of carrying there. It's that in that sentence because if he hasn't been healthy whole season in his career.
You got a C. I got a D. It says I got the Chicago stack starting Williams, Adunze, and Burden. If the Bears have a massive day, you will win your week easily. If they struggle or get locked down, 3 of your crucial starting spots will completely tank simultaneously. Here's where the AI is stupid. It says you have another stack with Seattle, Kenneth Walker, and Smith and Jigba. So the AI does not know Kenny Walker is now on the Chiefs. Judkins and Walker formed an incredibly athletic, explosive running back duo with high touchdown upside. Hawkinson is a reliable target.
Is he?
Yeah, I don't know. I did not love the Hawkinson pick, to be honest.
Yeah, like is he though? I mean, like he has not been good the last 2 years.
Yeah, I kind of just took him because he was there. And then Art is he got Puka and Garrett Wilson to form a premier high volume starting pair for elite wide receivers. Efficient running backs with Jeremiah Love and DeAndre Swift. I think you can say Izzy to that, you know. That's about it. Unproven tight end Harold Fannin. Harold Fannin can't have that many targets again this year. He
Right.
had
Absolutely
terrible
cannot.
quarterback play, no receivers. I think he'll be fine, but he's not going to do what he did last year.
Yeah, he's not going to have like these killer games like he did last year. There's competition all over the place for him. It's just no way. And like I said, if it's one thing if Shador throwing the ball because Shador is not going to throw the ball like that, but Sean Watson's trying to do the route tree every time. So yeah, something to pay attention to there.
So that's it. Do you want to do the Hall of Fame or you want to pass?
I'll do the Hall of Famer. I got him. So my Hall of Famer here is no stranger to uh, the game at all. He played at the University of Pittsburgh for one season, and then got drafted in 2004, first round, third pick overall.
He ain't in.
Huh?
Is
He
he
isn't
not
on your
in?
sheet. He's not on the sheet. I looked up the sheet and I couldn't find his name.
Wow. This is a
I was
big
saying, I
one.
looked at the sheet. I was like, he's not up here. All right, I guess I'm gonna use him. You know, um, he distracted me. All right, so he spent his whole career at the Arizona Cardinals from 2004 to 2020. 16 years. He was first team All Pro just one time, and that's back in 08. 16 All Pro 2009, 2011. He's Walter Payton Man of the Year 2016. 11-time Pro Bowler, though, 2-time NFL receptions leader, 2-time receiving touchdown leader. He's part of the 2010 All Decade Team, 100th anniversary All Time Team. All right, he has Art Rooney Award. His number's retired. He's in the Ring of Honor there as well. From just his lots of trophies, lots of stuff like that. We're talking about no other than Mr. Larry Legend, Larry Fitzgerald. He just got in himself. He is most receiving yards the postseason at 546 yards, and he has 7 touchdowns that postseason. He broke Jerry Rice in both of those. He has 121 receiving touchdowns, and his receiving yards is 17,492. Now, the question I have for you with him is how many different quarterbacks did Larry Fitzgerald play with in his career?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Before I even tackle that, the Raiders took Robert Gallery ahead of him, the tackle.
Yes, Robert Gallery, guard.
Yeah, that was
He was
not a
a
good pick.
guard. Yes.
Nobody has anything bad to say about Larry Fitzgerald. One of my favorite fantasy draft picks of all time, I had to look it up, was in 2015. He had gone 798, 954, and 784 receiving yards 3 years in a row. So it kind of looked like, the end of Larry Fitzgerald. I took him really late in 2015. He had 1,200 receiving yards and 9 touchdowns that year. That kicked off another 3-year run of 1,000-yard seasons for him. As far as quarterbacks go, John Skelton, Carson Palmer, oh my God, Tim Rosenbaugh, Neil Lomax, Jake Plummer. No, I'm just naming random Cardinals quarterbacks.
Similar.
20? Did he have 20 different quarterbacks?
He played with 22 signal callers, but 16 quarterbacks actually threw the ball at him.
Wow. That's insane. That's like one a year, over one a year.
So these are the quarterbacks he played with or
Hall,
slash
there's a guy named Hall.
Max Hall. Max Hall's on the list. So you have Josh McCown, Sean King, right? Towards the end of Sean King's career. Was it John Narvo, Kurt Warner? That's one of his biggest quarterbacks he had. Tim
Liner.
Rattay, remember him?
Oh my God.
Tim Rattay, Matt Leinart, Brian St. Pierre, Derek Anderson, Kevin Cobb, like I said, John
Oh
Skelton.
my
You
God.
mentioned Max Hall, Richard Bartell, Brian Hoyer,
I'm getting
Ryan
sad.
Ryan Lidley, Carson Palmer, Drew Stanton, Blaine Gabbert, Josh Rosen, Sam Bradford, Brent Hundley, Mike
I'm gonna
Glennon,
cry.
and lastly, Kyle Murray. He has probably the saddest stack of quarterbacks. And I used to think that Mike Evans had it because like Mike Evans pre James Winston, it was like a revolving door. He had a Josh McCown in there too, and Byron Leftwich, and it's just bad quarterback.
Winston is a Hall of Famer compared to that list. That is just a sad list. Carson Palmer and Kurt Warner, like he should get them Rolexes. Like they have to be half his stats.
Kurt Warner's half his stats. They went to the Super Bowl with Kurt Warner.
Yeah, that was a good run. Palmer had a
good
nice
run.
run there.
It was a legendary run because at the time, I'm not sure if you remember, but Antoine Bolden was like hurt for the first like 2 preseason games. That's the year where Brett Favre was on the Jets.
That was the first year of this league.
Yes, and my man like crushed Antoine Bolden's face, so he had to miss some games. So Larry Fitzgerald's like by himself, and Larry Fitzgerald doing what Larry Fitzgerald does.
Yeah, I went to Pitt. One of the last. He got me to care about Pitt for a year. Yeah, hats off, Larry Fitzgerald. Welcome to the Fantasy Hall of Fame and the Real Life Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
you never were sad to draft him in fantasy ever, never. Even his bad years, he was decent.
I drafted him one year and he gave me 1,000 yards, but it wasn't like I wanted the high ceiling. I got like a regular, like just.
He was always at least a
right.
flex or a wide receiver 3. You know, he never really bottomed out. Like he never tanked your season.
That's true. Very true.
All right. Well, good luck to everybody this year. Hopefully you didn't tank your season. Thanks for listening. We'll be back in a couple weeks.
I wish all you guys the best out here. And again, as always, thank you for listening to the Pathway to Victory podcast episode numero uno.
PTV.
TV.